Scoring high in JAMB doesn't necessarily mean you have to read for 8 hours, deprive yourself of good things, deprive yourself of a pleasure, deprive yourself of enjoyment. No. Scoring high in JAMB is all about strategy. And a lot of people lack this strategy because only a few group of students, the 1% group of students, have this strategy and they have been putting it into practice, and you get to see that whenever they release results, this group of students score up to 300 plus. When you get to meet the student and ask them the strategies they put in place, they will tell you this strategy, and you get to find out that they just retire 6 hours daily. And that is the exact secret I'm going to share with you, how you can cover up their book without depriving yourself of good things, without depriving yourself of the little enjoyment you are supposed to have while preparing for your JAMB exam. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Basi Ejoba. I'm a 400 level student in the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science, and in my channel I help students level up the academic game. I share full tips also on this channel focusing on personal development. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that you can help me grow. And just like I've said, I'm going to share with you the exact JAMB secret strategy that you are supposed to apply and score high in your JAMB exam. The first one is known as the Pareto principle. The 20% giving you the 80% result. Focusing on the 20% that gives you the 80% result. That is focusing on the minor that gives you the major result. Now, a lot of students believe that they have to read, but it doesn't actually work that way. The 20% is simply focusing on your key points, focusing on the summaries, and first of all, getting your JAMB syllabus. You cannot tell me that you are preparing for your JAMB exam and you don't even know what is JAMB syllabus, you haven't gotten your JAMB syllabus or stuff like that. So the first thing you are supposed to get if you are preparing for your JAMB exam is the JAMB syllabus. So the JAMB syllabus will list out the topics that are needed, that you are supposed to focus on while preparing for your JAMB exam. And after that, how to identify, like I said, the 20-page strategy that will give you 300 plus. How to identify this 20-page strategy is that you have to first of all grab your JAMB syllabus, or should I say you get at least your JAMB past question and answer, and study at least 5 years of your JAMB past question and answer. Studying 5 years of your JAMB past question and answer. Then in the case of your study, make sure you are there with a book. Always write down the topics, the most recurring topics, because there are some topics that always repeat in JAMB. As far as that topic is there. In physics, topic like motion. In chemistry, topic like stereochemistry, organic chemistry, chemical equations. As far as chemistry exists, JAMB exists, those questions must always repeat. So write down those topics that always repeat. After that, go back to your textbook and focus on those frequently repeated topics. I know you might have not heard of this before, you might have not heard of it before. Focus on those repeated topics. Don't go and read others. So just focus on that most repeated topics. Make sure you cover all of them in your textbook. So let me give you a strategy you're supposed to follow. So the 1 to the 5 is that skim through your textbook if you are studying. The 1 to the 5, skim through your textbook and look for key concepts and definitions, key points, and the rest. Then the 6 to 10, solve past question and answers. Solve past questions only from these pages. That's the pages that you have skimmed through for key concepts and definitions and summaries from your day 6 to 10. Try to solve past questions only on those topic or pages. Then the 11 to 15, use your active recall method. So the active recall method is one where after you finish reading, you close the book and see how you can be able to question yourself. That means you are reading this particular book. After you finish reading, you close the book and try to quiz yourself. But the major reason of doing this is because it tends to let you know the gap or the mistakes that you might have made in the course of your studies, and still have the opportunity of correcting yourself. Then from the 16 to 20 is that you have to practice full exam length. That is the computer based test. There are a lot of apps that gives you this opportunity. Apps like the Everest 23 JAMB app that gives you the opportunity. There are a lot of apps, My School app, and the rest of them. And the third secret is the memory hack that guarantees retention. There are a lot of memory hacks that guarantee retention, but a lot of students don't know it. The first one is the famous technique. The famous technique builds on the principle that before you explain something to someone, that means you have already understood that concept. So the famous technique is one where after you finish reading, try to explain to someone what you have read as if you're explaining to a 2-year-old child. In a case where you don't have anyone you can explain to, you can decide to teach an imaginary audience. That is what is known as the famous technique. I've talked about the active recall. We also have this space repetition. The space repetition is simply studying more in less time. That means this is just what I've said in the second when I was talking about the 1 to 5 and stuff like that. So it's simply spreading out your study time, where if you study chemistry on Monday, you can start to skip Tuesday, then on Wednesday you get back to preview what you have read, then on Friday you tend to quiz yourself and ask yourself questions on that particular topic you read in chemistry. So that is what is known as the space repetition. We also have the Pomodoro technique. Now the Pomodoro technique is a technique that helps you study in short focus blocks. That means if you have to study for 1 hour, you can start to study for 15 minutes, have a 10-minute break. This will really help you ease every form of tension, every form of anxiety that might have been rising up in the course of your study. It helps you have a little break, go out, get anything you want, and come back and still continue your studies. So this is just a 20-page strategy that can get you up to 200, and you cannot see it. In fact, a lot of people have not been talking about it. It's a secret. I've talked about the 80-20% rule of JAMB success, where you have to get your JAMB syllabus and focus on the 20%. That is the minority that gives you the majority or the greatest results. We also have the one that you have to spread your studies, and I've talked about the memory hacks that guarantee retention, like the active learning technique, the active recall, the space repetition, the Pomodoro technique, and the famous technique. Knowing that scoring 300 plus in your JAMB UTME is something that is achievable, is something that is 100% possible, but you can only get this through continuous practice, consistency, and focusing, cutting off every distraction and focusing on what truly matters. If you love this video, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button, and also share these videos to your friends so that they can come here and get value, and in turn I'll feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. Until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you. Thank you.